What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Ben, CEO, founder of the One Way Radio Awards. Let me tell y'all guys, y'all in for a treat tonight. We got some panelists that's on here. They're gonna give you the knowledge. And today's theme for today is empowering independent voices, turn the vision into a strategy. Before we get into the panel, the panelists start talking and everything. We're gonna go ahead and announce our sponsors for this year. Um, I appreciate every sponsor that sponsored this year. We had Nim's Music Planet. They had sponsor as well. I'm about to put them up. Let me see. Let me make sure it goes up on my end. It's a little slow. A little lagging on my end. Come on. Let me see. It's lagging on my end. But nevertheless, okay, maybe I don't want to talk about it, but do that right now. So I'll go back to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring some of the panelists that's already in, so we can just go ahead and have introduce them in. So, all right, our first guest, we got Miss Kelly, the CEO and oh, look, Kelly, she just popped up. Her brand popped up. Y'all forgive me. I don't know, the Wi-Fi acting weird tonight. I don't know. It just don't want to work. But let me tell you, Miss Kelly Hofford, L. Aaron Greenfield Consultants LLC is one of our sponsors this year, and I appreciate her so much for being a sponsor and just supporting me in general, because she didn't have to. And like I said, you don't have to. People don't have to support, but I thank God for all my sponsors this year. So you got Nam's Music Planet. So it's coming up now. Nam's Music Planet LLC. Shout out to Nam's Music Planet. It's a record label that's out of Houston, Texas. Amazing label as well. Shout out to them. All right. We got Blue Mouth Music Consultants. They're based out of Atlanta, Georgia as well. Thank God for them. They're coming out to help me, and they're coming all the way from Atlanta, Georgia to Kentucky to be able to help. The next sponsor for today is everything running so slow. KT the barber. Shout out to my barber. Look at my hair. Shout out to my barber. Look, hold on. I gotta put the thing down. Hold up. I gotta look at that. Shout out to my barber. Okay. And then we got a shout out to TCB Ministries as well. They're one of our sponsors for tonight. And I just appreciate every one of them. And that's all of our sponsors for tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our panelists that are in the building right now. We have some more coming in. And so Miss Kelly, let me start with Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly is the CEO of O. Aaron Greenfield Consultant. And she's the co-founder and vice president of Nashville Black Music Association. And I hope I said it right. And she's about to come in the building, and she knows I don't know. I just a lot of words, but praise the Lord.
I'll clarify just a little bit. So I am the CEO of Laren Greenfield Consultants. We are a creative consulting firm in Clarksville, no less. And I'm the co-founder and executive director of the Nashville Black Music Association.
Listen, you know what? Thank you for correcting me, because I just know you're the boss. You're boss lady. I know you personally. That's why I'm saying I know you personally, but just for the people that don't know. But she
Yeah.
corrected me. Make sure you contact her. So we're gonna go ahead and bring Mr. Michael Matthews, the CEO founder of the Digital Radio Tracking, one of the biggest platforms for radio. Um, I'm a digital. My station is Digital Radio Tracking, and I've been with him for 9 years. 9 years, digital 9 years. Been doing it for a while. So come on, CEO in the
Oh, yeah.
building.
Thank you, Big Ben.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having us out tonight. We've been trying to kind of put this together for the longest. I'm glad that God finally answered, and we're here to answer anyone's questions regarding Digital Radio Tracker. I'm also the CEO of Dominion Global Marketing, Radio Airplay Pros. We're a radio marketing company. We've been doing successful music marketing for over 30 years in the industry, and have worked kind of from all the greats from A to Z, all the major labels, as well as numerous independent labels. So we're here to bring a wealth of knowledge tonight, and hopefully continue to give back. The topic tonight is artist development and really helping people empower the independents. So I want to hear from the independent labels that are out here, artists that are trying to get on, and make sure that we leave you with some good nuggets on this one that you're going to want to take away, and hopefully get you on the right path to success.
Well, praise the Lord. So our next panelist that's in the building, she's a red carpet host. She is a radio show owner, Miss Patrice Radio Show. Miss Patrice Smith is in the building.
Hey, can you guys see me, hear me? Everything's good?
Yes.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to meet uh the fellow co-hosts as well that's on the show. So I'm excited to be here.
Listen, I'm excited to have all y'all on here. Another panelist just popped into the building. Uh, Dr. Lady Rain, the CEO founder of Praise FM Radio. She has multiple hats. She got multiple hats. She got TV show. Hers is long as well. So I picked a good bunch of people because everybody on this panel does a lot. They do more than one thing. So Dr. Lady Rain is in the building.
Hey.
All right. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the invite. It's an honor and a privilege.
Listen. I'm excited about tonight because we're about to give some good knowledge to the artists, and it's not only just artists, people that just want to build their brand. I'm excited about that because it's free information. So y'all need to take as y'all go through the night, get your notepad, get you a I don't know, get your phone, extra phone, because I got 3 phones. So get your other phone, get your notes, and type it in your thing. This is some good knowledge we're about to be doing tonight. And as we are doing that, as the rest of the playlists are coming in, we do have a special song selection from Mr. DeMarcus Love. He is the son of the late Dorenus Pace. He's going to come and do a song selection for us while we're waiting for the rest of the panelists to come in, and I'm going to bring them on in. So, Mr. DeMarcus Love.
Hey, y'all, how y'all doing?
All right. Hey.
Y'all doing all right?
All right.
All right, that's good. I want to shout out to Big Ben, One Way Radio. Thank God for everyone on the panel, everyone that's here. All right, let's get it started.
Yes, sir.
Can y'all hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. It's a familiar song. It says, melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me. Fill me with your precious Holy Ghost. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Take me in your arms and hold me close. Rain down on me, rain down on me. 'Cause it could have been me outdoors. with no food and no clothes, uh, all left alone without a friend or just another number with a tragic end. Uh, but you didn't see fit to let none of these things be. Every day by your power, keep on keeping me. Said it could have been me, said it could have been you, but we thank God for always coming through. That's why we can say melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all can
Did
follow me
y'all?
at I am loved one music. That is I am LOVE underscore DWON MUSIC music on Instagram, Demarcus Love on Facebook, um loved one music at gmail.com. Y'all reach out, let's work, let's network.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Demarcus, for coming
Thank you,
on
bro, for
here.
having me on, man. I appreciate the opportunity, bro.
Yes, sir. You have a blessed, wonderful day, okay?
You had the same, fam.
Yes, sir. All right. Go ahead and so our host just came in the building. Let me go ahead and get him on here. Mr. Aldren. He is the CEO, founder of Gospel Artist Entertainment, and he's another one that has a lot of hats. A lot of hats.
What's
So
going on?
Hey, welcome.
How's everybody doing?
All right, all right.
we're doing good.
Awesome. Thank you, Ben, for the introduction, and thank you for having me tonight.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thank you for being the host tonight. So our other host was unable to come on tonight because, like I said, there was emergency with her aunt, so she needed to take care. And I told her, go take care of your aunt. That's more important. And I've been trying to tell people that your health is more important. Like
Yeah.
if you can't make something, people understand. People are not gonna bash you. And I had to tell somebody that earlier because someone called me. They was like about a certain situation, and I was like, listen, life happens.
Right,
So do
right,
what you need to do. Move on. I'm not that type of person. I don't hold grudges like that. So
right.
another panelist just came in. Let me go ahead and introduce her in. Miss Yolanda Maynard. She is the CEO founder of Wild Praise Designs. She's a graphic designer. She's a singer.
Yolanda.
She got a
Yeah.
lot of hats too. Let me go ahead and bring her in. I think she went away for a second, but
Okay, okay.
she might have went away for a second. But nevertheless, we're going to let Aldrin go ahead and go ahead and go and take the lead. Come on and host.
Alrighty. I guess I'm freestyling a little bit, I guess,
Yes,
but
sir.
first of all, thank you all so much for joining in tonight. My name is Aldren Mccullar, founder and CEO of Gospel Artist Entertainment. Also a content creator. Some of everything. I do some of everything, but nevertheless, I am on. Thank you, Ben, for having me on tonight. Um, I will be on. I'll be on for quite a bit of time, but I will have to step out and leave because I have something else that I have to take care of. But I'm excited to see everybody tonight, and I'm not sure if everybody have already introduced themselves, so I don't want to miss any names or mess up anybody's names. But just a little bit background about me. I've worked with some of everybody. NBC Universal, RCA Inspiration, Motown Gospel, E1, Tribal, partnered with Kirk Franklin, interviewed some of everybody from Joe Jackson to Vivica A. Fox to Claudia Jordan to the Clark sisters to Michelle Williams. I mean, the list goes on and on. So that's just a little bit about me. And I'm glad to be here. So am I asking questions or how am I doing this, man? How do you want me to do it?
All right, so we're gonna go in straight into the questions. So the questions for tonight, uh, I guess I'll start it off, and I'll help you out with this. I'll be
Okay.
the co-host with you tonight, and so we're gonna be talking about artist development, and each of the panelists will have their own turn to talk about in their area of expertise. And while we're doing that, uh, like I said, we're gonna start. Who wants to go first? Honestly, who wants to go first?
Doesn't matter.
John?
I'll take it. It doesn't matter.
Okay, Mr. Michael, go ahead.
Okay, as far as now, are you starting off with a specific question, or you want us to talk about the topic?
Talk about the topic.
Okay, the topic of artist development. Well, that's a rather broad territory, but okay, we'll kick it off with that. There's a lot of facets to artist development. I come from a management background. I managed artists professionally for 25 years, and then retired from that. I had the R&B group Sylph, as well as worked with and consulted with numerous other artists, like Casey JoJo from Jodeci as well, and others. And so there's when you hear artist development, a lot of people don't really understand the term of that and what facet that really comes in, because artist development nowadays is very different than it was 20, 30 years ago. So I almost have to ask in what reference, but we might as well talk about currently. What's happening now currently? Everything is online. Everything is just literally, I was telling someone the other day, we came from an era of street promotion. Well, what is that? The internet is your streets now. It's very different. What I always say is we're in a global music industry now, so we have to think very, very differently when it comes to artist development. Now, it's not really about your music anymore. Music is free. It's about building your brand now. Back 20, 30 years ago, it was about the music. It was about selling CDs, selling cassettes, selling physical product.
Right.
Well, there is no physical product now. So the industry has changed, it's evolved. Now we're in a streaming industry now. So now, who would have thought, right, 20 years ago, we would consume music from a refrigerator, from smart speakers, from devices now. The entire industry has evolved. Now we're traveling in airplanes, listening to internet radio. It's very different. So now artist development, from the general perspective I'm going to address, it's really more about focusing on building your brand. It's about making people aware of who you are. It's not about your music anymore. That's the best advice I can give artists today, is don't just focus on your music. You think because you've gone in the studio, you've created all this wonderful content, great songs, and all these types of things, but nobody knows who you are. You haven't established yourself as a brand. You're not marketing yourself as a brand. You're marketing your music. And what people need to realize in today's music market, it's a lot more than just putting a song out there. A lot of people think, well, I can just throw a song on YouTube or put a song up on Spotify and Apple Music, and everybody's supposed to fall in love with it because it's this great song. Well, now you're looking at a term called artist development. What really is that? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Each and every one of us are going to be able to bring a different aspect to artist development. And so I'm going to start off talking about more of what artists should be doing. Some people may look at it from a perspective of their clothing and how they appear, or development in their voice and vocal classes, or development in choreography in their performance and stage performance and all of those types of things. I'm going to take it more from a marketing aspect. Of course, I'm coming in from radio. Obviously in building your brand, people have to know who you are. You've got to raise what's called familiarity and awareness. That's how radio works. Radio works based upon awareness. They don't want to play music that their listeners are not familiar with, right? So how do you really hook them? So that's where you may have to go through a phase of artist development and understanding that today you've got to get out there as an artist. You've got to get on podcasts. You've got to get as many interviews as you can online, do the Instagram lives, do the Facebook lives, connect with people like Ben One, and come to conferences and things, whether it's virtual like this or even in person. You have to put your brand out there and make sure that people know who you are. I think for me, one of the biggest things that I was able to do very creatively was I was always the quietest one in the room. I remember years ago, everybody used to say, "Who's that guy over there? What is he about?" Because I never used to say a whole lot. What I first wanted to do was learn to listen. That's what a lot of artists don't do, is don't learn to listen to what's really going on in today's music marketplace. Learn to listen to those who've done what you want to do before you. So that to me is an important part of artist development, that artists need to get in tune to what's happening in today's industry. Talk to those that are doing exactly what you want to do. Get mentors out here that can help coach you along to give you a better understanding. Because, like I said, again, we're in a different day and age where people think they just throw their music up and they've done artist development. They're ready to go. They're polished. Sign them up for a Stella, right? Give me a Dove Award. Give me a Grammy. I'm ready to go. And sometimes with their music being so polished, we found that that's actually a one of the biggest problems, because when artists have songs that sound really good, they get caught up and they miss the whole artist development aspect. What they do is they focus that their music sounds so great. Hey, my song is better than such and such. Radio should be playing me more. My video is better than such and such. My video should be played a lot more. So really what it's about understanding that you're a brand, putting yourself out there and creating things around your brand, getting people to get engaged with you and who you are and what you represent and what you're about. Then the music will come. What we always say, it's the business of music. This is not the music business. Music business is a street term. A lot of people have it misconceived all of these years. They've heard it said like that by so many people. It's the business of music. The business is in the beginning of the day. The music is at the end of the day. So when artists truly understand that level of artist development, then they can put themselves in position to get to what we call that 11th floor, that other level of now you're in the entertainment business and you're able to make a living from it. That's the difference between artists coming in doing it as a hobby and those that are coming in professionally and doing it for a living. So I hope that helps someone.
Yes.
That's good.
Come on. He just said it. He just said
That's
said
good.
it. So it was really good. It was good. I was just go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. A lot of what you said is out. I mean, really everything that you said is absolutely correct. And to add on to that, um, to on top of that, I would say you have to know if you're actually called to be an artist, because everybody wants to have that type of title, but everybody's not called to be that. Artists, there's a not even a thin line, but there's a thick line between being an artist and being the praise and worship leader.
Yeah.
Everybody's not cut out to be an artist. Artists, there is business. You have to invest. You have to invest. You have to, and then you also have to be marketable too. If you're not marketable, you're just out there just creating notes and it's not going anywhere. you know um and to add on to that, I'm really like really big on social media, like when it comes down to social media. So if you're an artist, I expect to see your music. I expect to see you sing your, like, you have singing videos. I expect for you to have like your music link in your bio. Like, I expect to go to an artist page and see their artwork, their artistry.
Yeah.
I want to see all of that. And if you don't have that, then you're wondering why you're still stagnant. You're wondering why you're still not advancing, or you're not getting opportunities. Well, how are you presenting yourself? And
Yeah.
that's the number one thing, is we should understand that even goes for not even just as singers, but musicians. I mean, anybody. How you, if you are trying to pursue a specific career, have that. You know, I'm not. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I want to be a singer, but all I'm doing is reacting to videos. Then it's gonna be like, okay, we're like, you said you want to be a singer, but they don't make any sense. That's not what I see. But also with the business, you have to also invest into yourself. In order for you to see results, you have to put in. My dad preaches all the time: what you get in it, what you put in it, is what you're gonna get out of it.
Right.
So if you put in dead work, guess what? You're gonna get dead results.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, a man that don't work don't eat,
Yeah.
and you got to put in that work. So artist development is not just a random topic. You know, it's something that we should all learn from one another. I mean, I'm not an artist. I do sing, but I'm not an artist. But even listening to other people give their perspectives, I learn a lot because maybe one day I will decide, hey, you know what? I want to be an artist. Now I can take in everything that I've learned over the course of time from a variety of different people and I can apply it. So when I do become an artist, or if I decide that I want to be an artist, I am not only mentally ready, but I am business minded and I am also presenting myself in a way where I can be marketable. Being marketable will get you a long way. I know people in the R&B industry that just may not have the greatest voice, but because they are marketable, they are selling. You
Yeah.
know, they are, listen, they are, I mean, crashing numbers on Billboard and iTunes and Amazon Music. Like they are killing it because they're marketable. Same thing goes for the gospel industry. You have to be marketable, not only just with your like not only just in the physical aspect, but you have to also know your sound too as an artist. Know your sound. We don't need another Yolanda Adams. We don't need another Derek Coley. We
Yeah.
don't need another. We don't. You know, we just don't need. We need you. It will be a boring world if everybody was the exact same way. It would be so boring and it'll be tiring.
Yeah.
But because everybody has their own unique and different sound, find your sound. Once you find your sound, you don't have to go looking for your audience. Your audience is going to come looking for you.
And I want to piggyback or move to the next question. For management wise, when do you know that? Okay, this goes for anybody that does manage any artists is doing any type of consulting. But when do you know that? Okay, I'm ready for management, and you bring it to a manager, and you just give them everything. So when do you know? When do you know? So Miss Kelly and
Mhm.
Lady Rang after, and whoever else, and Mr. Mike, you can answer that too as well.
So I'll start just because you said my name first. But what I'll say is, I generally start that conversation with anyone who thinks that they're ready for management. My first question is, well, what do you have to manage?
Right.
Because the saying that I have is, you don't need a manager until you have things that you have to manage.
Right.
Um, you don't need a manager if you you don't have any bookings. People aren't calling you to perform, to sing, to write. They're not, there's nothing there. What you need is someone to you need somebody to help you build a brand, which now this piggybacks into the last question, because when you come to me, my first question after that, if that's where you start, is, well, first I need to know, do you know who you are?
Right.
Who are you? What do you want to say? And if you know who you are and what do you want to say, how do you want to say it?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to start there and determine, hey, is this something that we can always look at the development space as cultivating? What are we cultivating? What are we trying to grow? What are we trying to make happen? Outside of your material, who are you? And how does your material highlight the other parts of you that are also um, for lack of a better word, consumable, that
Mm-hmm.
other people will actually want to engage with you, hear you, and consume what you put out. How do we get there? And until then let's work on figuring out, hey, how do we get you to a space where you actually do need management? And then once you're there, it doesn't always have to be me. I'm never the person that's going to say, oh yeah, I want to be your manager. It's the, let's see how this is going to work, because I'm just I've been a mom for 22 years of my of my life, and my personal opinion is, I've argued with children. I don't want to argue with adults about who they're going to become and what they need to do to better themselves. I got two people that carry my blood. That's enough arguing. If you don't want to do what it takes, if you don't want to invest in yourself in the ways that are necessary, if I have to convince you of who you are, you shouldn't be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll go next. I am not a manager, but I have been approached by artists and I've been told that I act like a manager. And that's just because of, in all things, you have to be intentional on your branding. And so when you are intentional on your branding and people are seeing that you're nurturing it, they're automatically going to say, I want to be like you. So as an artist, number one, you have to nurture yourself. You can't just one day wake up and say, hey, I want to be an artist, or hey, I want to be a radio personality, or hey, I want to be this or that. You have to actually know, is that your spiritual and mission alignment? See, a lot of people, they look at the glim and glitter and think that, okay, I want to do that because it looks good, because it's shining. But is that your calling? Have you been missioned to do that? Right? You have to do a soul searching. You can't just get into something because it looks good. Because baby, let me tell you, when you start affecting people, them attacks are gonna come, and you got to dedicate 100% attacks and all. So is that part of your calling? Because if it is, then you're going to show that you're resilient. Right?
Yeah.
Resiliency in this industry is very important because attacks come, right? Your brand, your image, you have to look good. You can't just look like anybody, and you have to have a brand. What is your brand? What do
Yeah.
people know you by? Right? Is your name associated with your brand? Is your colors matching your brand? Is your logo matching your brand? Does it all lead to one place? How is your photography? What does your social media look like? What is your testimony? What is your why? Why are you doing this? People will get attached to you because of your why. And don't be ashamed to share your why. Why? Because there's people who are going through the same thing and they're going to attach to it. So that goes back to your mission and your calling. Who are you attached to? Right? Your recording and production got to sound good. Don't say you want me to manage you and you send me a track and your production is horrible. Right? You have to make sure your sound is good. I'm here managing you. I'm not here doing it for you. You understand? You got to meet me halfway. This is your brand. This is what
Yeah.
you want to do. So I'm going to put as much effort into it as you put it. Okay? I'm not the one that's going to be doing it solo. You got to meet me halfway. What is your business industry knowledge? Right? What is your knowledge? Do you know anything about the industry? Because if I tell you something and me and you are arguing about it, I'm coming from an industry. I'm coming from years of experience. I don't need to be arguing with you. And if you feel, baby, if you feel you know the industry, then go manage yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's how it is. Mentorship. Are you mentorable? Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. Are you coachable?
Yeah.
Right? Can I coach you? Can you network? Are you willing to network? Don't think you're too big, you're bigger than. Like if I say, okay, you got to start with these awards, but yet you want to go straight to the sellers. No, baby. It's a process. And you got
It
to
is a
be able to go
process. Yeah.
through the process. And above all, you got to know that this is ministry. This is not entertainment. I don't care how good you look or how good you sound, because let me tell you, what happens if the track cuts off? Because
Right.
technology happens. What happens if the band doesn't sound good? Can you minister? Can you still go forth? Or are you gonna sit there like turn the sound up? No. Can you still do it? That's my piece. I'm sorry. if I
No.
was a little harsh, but this is from experience. Like people say, I want you to manage me, but they really want you to serve them as opposed to them making sure that they're
Right.
intentional about who they are as an artist. Know who you are, baby. Know who you are.
Yeah.
And then, hey, I can help you as long as you know who you are.
Come
Do
on.
you have a cash app? I mean, can we? I'm sorry, I know I can't. Can we give you an offering? Can we pause and can we just submit to this moment and give you an offering? My God, that was so good.
It
Okay,
was.
what my turn? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Listen, that was really good. That was
It
really
was.
good information that is needed. And I'm with Lady Rain. I'm blunt. I just go straight for it, and I'm not trying to be no harm to nobody, but it's the truth. I rather someone be truthful with me than just go around circles and taking my money and going around circles. If you like Lady Ray said, if you know you're not called for it, then don't waste people's time.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to waste people's time, and like just from experience, if that makes sense, people like to waste people's time. So,
Right.
Mr. Michael, I'm gonna have you say some more stuff on that area too.
Okay, I'll try to touch it from a different perspective because you guys covered so much. Having managed artists professionally for 25 years, I retired from managing artists. I mean, obviously for the obvious reasons. Everybody kind of the common word tonight is arguing and dealing with these personalities. But having managed successful artists, I mean, Silk selling more than 10 million records, being a part of Yolanda Adams' team, and a lot of other people in the industry that. I think the perspective that I want to kind of take it in is more of the professional perspective. What a lot of people, a lot of artists don't realize is that you don't need an artist manager. You really don't even want one. Most of the time in the music industry, you actually are put with artist managers.
Right.
And a lot of people on the ground floor don't really understand that. When you get a major recording deal, when you sign a major publishing deal, various aspects of the industry, a lot of times what you'll find is you'll be assigned. In other words, you'll be introduced to people that can handle your career at certain levels. There's different levels in the music industry. And I think a lot of people don't really talk about that because they don't really see it. They only see one. Most of the time, everybody always references the level of the ground level. Well, I personally believe that we need to do more talking about the 11th floor. Most people don't even know what that is. The other levels in the industry, because if you want to get to those other levels, you got to understand how the other levels work. And if all you ever do is hear about the ground level and hear about the struggling, most people, your manager is who? What? Your mama, your cousin, your friend, your homeboy, homegirl, all this other stuff. Those aren't managers. Managers, true artist managers, are professional in this industry that have succeeded already, that have managed artists that have won Grammys, that have platinum records, that have been successful, that understand how to manage, how to guide, how to assist, how to arrange, how to pick up the phone. That's one of the biggest things. How do you know you need a manager? Well, most of the time, if you're proactive and you're working as an artist, you'll know when you need a manager because you won't be able to handle all the calls that come in. You won't be able to receive all the emails that start coming in about you. You're going to need somebody to help you manage all of that. Now you actually have what's called a career in the business. Most of these artists are just doing it as a hobby. That's all they're doing. Is we meant the young man mentioned earlier about being called. Well, there's a lot of successful artists out here that aren't even called. They just happen to be lucky. They happen to have a
Mm,
niche, or they happen to have somebody. Let's be real about it, you guys. Somebody
Right.
picked up the phone and made some things happen. In the industry, it's called a call. A call was made on your behalf. So you can take an artist that maybe can't sing very good, maybe can't rap very good. But I know some artists that have had calls, they've had favor in their life where somebody picked up the phone and said, hey, would you manage this artist? Hey, would you
Right.
put this artist on this tour? Hey, would you have them win a particular reality show?
Right.
Certain things happen that make other things happen in the music industry. So sometimes I think the perspective we got to look at is also a clear perspective. There's a lot of people around the music industry, but there's very few people in the music industry. And there's a big difference there. So what we try to do is we try to say, okay, who are we speaking to? Are we speaking to people that are around the music industry, or are we speaking to people that are in it? People that are in it don't even worry about all that stuff like I need a manager. Because 99.9%, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as an artist, a manager will find you. We've
Mhm.
seeked you out. We said, wait a minute, I'm hearing about Aldren. I'm hearing about you everywhere, man. I gotta get close to you. I gotta get next to you. I want in on that. Because one thing in the music industry, everybody has time for a moving train. Everybody has time for a hit record. So
Right.
if you got a hit record, trust me, everybody's gonna want a piece of you. Everybody's gonna want to be
Mhm.
involved. So you
Mhm.
don't have to worry about, well, I need a manager, I need an agent, I need this, I need that. They're going to find you. It's
Yeah.
what it's about. It's about building your brand and building the demand.
Right.
And if you're able to do that, then you will be successful. You're already on your way. Don't worry about things like a manager. Don't worry about things like an agent. They're going to find you. Same thing with a label. People say, oh, well, I want a record deal. What for? Say what it is that you want. You don't want a record deal. You want somebody to invest in you. You want somebody to pay for your recordings. You want somebody to promote you. You want the 300 staff that a major label has. Say what you want. You don't want a record deal. You can go get a record deal tomorrow from anybody. Doesn't mean you're going to be any successful out your closet.
Right.
So you have to also understand when I say that, when you say, okay, well, do I need a manager? What do you want from a manager? That's what I ask. What do you want me to do? I want you to manage me. Manage what?
Mm.
Most of these artists don't have clear vision. They don't know what they want. They want you to tell them this is what I think you want. And it doesn't work that way. This is your career. My job is to manage, counsel, and assist you in
Mhm.
building your brand and helping perpetuate your career. I live my career every day. I'm living my career as a manager through you. So you have to have clear direction. So the artists that are listening to this is before you pick up the phone, before you call anybody and ask them to be what it is that you want. What do you want them to do? And be clear about it. So if you want them to spend $1 million on you, say that. So then they can hang up the phone on you and or they can tell you they're not interested. Don't mislead people in the industry. And that's where a lot of these artists go wrong because they don't really know what they want. Most of them don't. But when you run into real artists that want to do it as a career and that understand what it is that they want, they know what their calling is, they know that they have what it takes, the it factor, they'll be able to answer that question differently. This is what I want you to do. I am what you're looking for, manager. What does every manager want? Every manager wants a star. Every manager wants the next thing. Like you said earlier, nobody wants the same thing. So what are you bringing to the table? And once someone sees you bring something to the table, then they're more going to be more than willing to bring something to the table for you. And
That's
that's
right.
what I have to say about artist management.
That's good. That's good. Y'all talking good tonight. My lord.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Y'all talking good. Y'all talking good. All right. So I was just notified of the next topic. So we're gonna talk about branding graphics. And I do know now I know Yolanda does graphics and her graphics are incredible. So I think and I don't know if anybody else is familiar with like the graphics and what they do or not, but y'all can chime in on it as well. But I specifically want to hear from Yolanda about what, like, when it comes down to branding and graphics, um, what is the number one mistake people make when it comes down to branding and graphics as an artist?
Everything.
Yeah, that's
So,
about right.
so can I go back real fast? First, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. I apologize for my tardiness. I'm a very hardworking girl, so I'm always working. Can I go back just a little bit to something you
Mhm.
said? Is that okay? First,
Mhm.
I'm honored to be a part of this panel. I think something Lady Dr. Lady Renee Rain, is that right? Okay, first, I really think we should give you an offering because I think there's so many nuggets in what she said that people would never think have to do with graphics, but they do. So first, a lot of things that she said. So again, let me explain. My name is Yolanda Moran. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a singer, artist, graphic designer. All these things have been around forever. You know, all these things. I think a lot of times what happens is people want. I've been around for a long time. So people want you to do the work that they do not want to do themselves, as she said.
Right.
I just want to, and I think it's frustrating because I want to go back to this part because of the artist development, which I think is very sad that it's not present right now
Hmm.
because there's so many people in multiple genres who lack the presence. You can tell when they don't have it. There was a phenomenal interview on the Breakfast Club with an actor, and you could tell the entire time he was talking, if you know about artist development at all, you could tell that there was artist development in him by the way he answered the questions, by the way he maneuvered through the spaces. Lisa Knowles is great at that as well. Jacqueline Carr was on the Breakfast Club today, and she did such a wonderful job of representing herself, but also understanding how to move through these moments. There were some questions that she wasn't comfortable answering, but the way she responded, she did it with such grace. And I think, again, it's not just about interviewing, it's about presence. And if you're not ready to do the work, I just think you should respectfully find another passion, right? In the phenomenal movie Sister Act 2, Whoopi Goldberg says to Lauryn Hill, if you wake up thinking about this, then this is what you're supposed to do. So, in my personal opinion, I would do this. Let me say this doesn't mean I do not want to be paid, but I would do this for free. I love singing. If I could not sing, I feel like I could not breathe.
Wow.
So to me, when you don't have that level of passion, that level of call, this may not be your gift. The other part that Mr. Michael said that's so true is there's the business element. I think there is a space where if you don't, and you said, what does this have to do with graphics? I'm coming. So if you are not open to learning, maybe as Miss Renee said, you gotta, Miss Rain said, you gotta know, but I stand on the standpoint respectfully, I may not know. My question is, are you open to knowing?
Right.
Are you open to growing? Are you manageable? Maybe your life is growing in a way you can't manage it, that in that way, but are you manageable? Or do you want to tell Mr. Michael what to do? I think those parts, so you say, well, what does that have to do with graphics? Because most of the time, when people come to me, they've already done the work and they want to tell me how to do the work. I'm okay with that if you know what you want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I say this in the most kind, I'm the most nicest, sweetest country city girl you ever meet. But here's the truth. I have raised several creative children.
Yeah.
So what happens is Aldrin comes to me and he says, Yolanda, I need a birthday flyer. I said, okay. He didn't really do this. I said, okay. Tell me. And see, I'm different. So
Yeah.
my mind, the way my mind works, the more you talk, the more I understand. It's
Hmm.
like you're the canvas and I'm the painter. This is happening in real life. So I say, tell me about you. You say, what you mean? Okay, okay. So tell me it's your birthday. Well, Yolanda, you figured out. No, no, it's your birthday.
You're right.
What's your favorite color? Oh, I don't have one. There's not a color that when you see it, you get happy. There's nothing about you that you want to share that could help me present you in a way that Dr. Rain would take out $5 out her cash app and give it to you. And
Mm.
somebody say, Yolanda, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Because when you decided that you were going to do a project, but you called the graphic designer last, you already made the decision about how you wanted to be presented. Now, in some cases, that may be okay. But when it's just you and your cousin took your photos who knows nothing about photography or lighting, and they took your photos and you send me the photo that has loads of resolution and you expect me to make you look like Halle Berry, I can't do that.
Ah!
Now I'm on, this is not me talking. This is like my mom and my auntie and a little bit talking. Because other part of me is really nice. The other part is really nice. But this has been my experience. I've been doing graphic design services. I've been singing all my life. I've sang
Mhm.
overseas. I've done a lot of amazing things. I've been
Yeah.
doing graphic design services for 20 years. I've had the beautiful opportunity to serve a little bit of everybody. Miss Bonita Bellamy, who I love, I've had the opportunity to serve her. I've done work for Fred Hammond. I've done work for Kurt Carter. And I just respectfully to all people, it really doesn't matter how big your name is if you don't know what
Right.
you want, if you don't
Right.
know who you are.
Right.
I've experienced it on the high level and on the low level. So here's my thought. A lot of times people sometimes want what is not achievable.
Mhm.
You haven't put in the investment. I can't tell you how often graphic designers say at least every 3 days, take professional photos. You
Yes.
want me to make you look like you're Queen of Sheba, but you have no head. Literally. You sent me the picture
I
like this.
can.
There's no head. What do you want me to do? It's unfair to ask me to use AI technology, but you don't want to pay the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so I probably went on a tangent, but I just think a lot of times people do not make the investment.
Yeah.
Just because I do graphic design, I'm not a genie. That's not, and respectfully, that's not what we are.
Mhm.
I take ideas and we bring them to life, and I'm happy to do so. But I just think people have to be a part of the investment, as she was saying. I'm going to like be a part of the investment. So I've raised creative children. So what happens is you drop your child off at my house, and then I do the work. And then when they make the spelling bee, you say, "Yeah, yeah, look what I did." No, that's not what you did. You didn't impart into the investment at all. You just dropped your song off that you could not explain to me anything about the song at all.
Mhm.
You just want to say, "Here's my song." That's where I could go out there.
You know what? I wanna and that is so you made me laugh off of that holler beer. That thing was funny to me. But it's true. That also goes back to that goes hand in hand with the marketing side as well. When artists, and I see this a lot, y'all, I see this so much. You have artists out there that can sing that are
Mm-hmm.
just great,
Hmm.
but their graphics be terrible.
Yep.
And I be like, and then what kills me is the fact that why are you having a celebrate why are you having a celebration of an EP release but it look like an obituary?
Ooh.
But some of
Why?
that,
I
can
don't
I
know if
can
I
I
want to
answer?
mourn or if I want to be happy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
can I respond to that? Because I love my
Yeah.
fellow creatives, and I protect us. Like fried chicken protects grease. Here's my thing. A lot of times, again, it goes back to bad photography. Some of it is based on skill. So in protecting my fellow creatives, sometimes what in some cases we are doing what people asked.
Yeah.
I've tried to talk people out of X, Y, and Z. No, you should not. It does not work. So it's come to the point where you either take the job or you don't. That's in some cases. In some
Mhm.
cases, it's skill. And so while I commend wanting to try someone new, wanting to try someone who's newer in the space, when you lack the skill, this has nothing to do with anointing. This has nothing to do with any of that. When you lack the skill, then you can put people in a space where it appears to be something that is not. This is about skill. It's a forever growing space. Canva is wonderful. Salute to her. But if you don't have the skill is really based upon the user. I'm a professional graphic designer. But what I'm saying is it's the skill.
Mhm.
That's what causes that to happen.
Can I
Yeah, I
add?
don't like I don't like the obituary flyers though. I'm sorry. I just
Understand.
I
I want to add to that because branding equals investing, right?
Yes.
don't.
So what you invest or willing to invest and who you invest into
Yes, ma'am.
is what your product is going to be. So you talk
Yeah.
about the obituary and the professional photos. A lot of people will take, and they take some nice selfies, but those are not for graphics. Don't send me, if I ask you to send me a graphic or something, don't send me a selfie. Don't send me something that's low resolution because it's going to look horrible. And then you want to go on a photo shoot. So your branding should be telling a story. If you're putting out a song, what's the message in that song? And have your brand, your photo shoot, tell that story. What colors are you using? There's data out there that tell you certain colors will give certain feelings, right? Do your
Right.
research. Make sure it has all of that. EP, what is it? EPK? Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. EP, that's like a tongue twister.
It is.
EPK, have that, and make sure that when you're branding, like, okay, so I'm a radio person, right? And you want me to play your song on my station, right? You send me a link to Apple or to Spotify and want me to play your song. So that means I got to go buy it, download it, as in it's too much work. If I got to do a whole lot of work, I'm not playing your song. Your EPK
Mm,
should have
mm,
your headshot. It should have your cover for your album. It should have an MP3 and a wave, because different radio stations uses different
Software.
files for downloading their song. Come on, y'all. You know this is your brand. You got to invest in it. And if you don't know these things, hire a graphic designer, right? Hire Yolanda to do your design. And if she tells you, "Hey, I need a 300 DPI," right? If you don't understand what that term means, ask, "Well, what is that?"
mm,
Or if you hire a photographer, say, "Hey, I need a 300 DPI. Hey, I need a PNJ transparent that could go." All of these things, you have to have money and a budget. Okay, if
Yeah.
you want to go into branding, you have to have a budget. Social media,
Mm.
you need a social media manager. That
Yeah.
costs money. That's all part of your branding. Website. Pay somebody to do your website. Don't
mhm.
go to, what is it, What is it,
Which?
Wix.com? Or, come on, pay somebody to do this. You're telling a story of yourself. If
Mhm,
you come with an obituary, now I'm taking from my colleagues, if you come with an obituary looking graphic, or someone comes with a praise graphic, hey, do you want your song to be a song that's played at funerals? Then okay, maybe the obituary may work, but make it look good, all right? If you want it to be praiseworthy, then you gotta have some excitement.
mm,
Know what story you're telling when you are branding that song. It's all about the story. You brand according to the story, and you get professionals to help you reach that vision.
mhm. Can I add one more thought, please?
Yes, of course.
Something she said that I just want to add to that is that you have to know your story. There was a artist once who called me to do a cover, and I said, again, I'm this way. I tell people off bat, I'm this way. It's how I learn. It's how God built me. So you have to talk. The more you talk, the more I understand. So when I said, tell me about the song, they said, did you listen to it? No, no. Tell me about the song.
Right.
Tell me about the song. What does the song mean to you? But Yolanda, did you listen to it? No, no, no. This is your song. That for some people, pending maybe the genre, that you lay before God and you prayed and you asked people to give, but you can't tell me about what the song is. You can't tell me what the song means to you. Well, why would you want me to create something that you don't understand yourself?
Right.
That doesn't. So to her, to ask what she said, you have to know your, she said this, for you have to know your story. And your story should add up. So I should see your Instagram or your socials, whatever, and I should instantly know that you're an artist. I should instantly know that your space is about gratitude, or your space is about praise, or maybe you're the funeral girl. Okay, then your space is about that, and you tell people the best songs to sing at funerals. But a lot of times we're all over the place. I'm guilty too, and we have to pull that thing in. But no one's gonna believe what you don't believe yourself. Okay.
Yep.
That's
You are.
Listen, y'all dropping gems tonight. I'm gonna pass it over to Ben. I do have to leave, but listen, everything that y'all said tonight so far, incredible. I hope each and every artist that is watching and listening take all of this in, even what's to come on this discussion. But I will say this: it is our job to fulfill our assignment, whatever assignment that God has given us. Fulfill it. Don't go lacking. Everybody has, and you don't have to rush your career. You don't have to rush anything. At the end of the day, we all have our seasons, and if it's not your season, it's okay. It's okay.
Mhm.
But when the time comes, God's timing is always on time.
Yeah.
And when your time comes, you will know it. And when it comes, fulfill it, manifest it, live in it, swim in it, and enjoy. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you, Ben, so much for this opportunity. Thank y'all so much. I hope to stay connected with each and every one of y'all. And like I said, all of the artists, everything that they're telling y'all, take it in, live it, sleep it, drink it, think it. All right. God bless y'all.
Listen, listen. Man, y'all dropping some gems tonight. Now we gotta go the radio way now. The radio way now. Cause I'm a radio station owner, so I love radio. Internet radio. Shout out to all the internet radio, terrestrial radio, podcasting. Cause we're doing the thing. We're still doing the thing. We're
Yes.
still relevant, you guys. We're still
Yes.
relevant. So we're gonna most definitely gonna start with Miss Bartiz, but once I said the question, so radio wise, since you do have a radio show and is podcasting and all that, what are you looking for in an artist when they submit their music, like music wise?
All of what everybody just said.
Keeping it simple answer.
I mean, pretty much you definitely want to make sure your music. First of all, let me just hello everybody. I've been listening. I had some
Hey,
problems listening
Patrice.
earlier, so hello everybody. You guys are all amazing. So I'm happy to be here amongst everybody. Thank you, Ben,
You are.
as well for this opportunity. But everything that everyone just said. If you're gonna send music, it has to be MP3 or Wave. If you have to have your EPK, so we can read about you, so we can know your story. We can know what your song is about. It's almost like we're meeting you on paper before we even listen to your song. If what you're sending me doesn't thrill me, I may not listen to your song, or vice versa. If your song
Mm,
don't really thrill me, I may not read your bio. I may not do that. So all of that's important, but it's important like an elevator pitch. You got to do it quick. It's you got to pitch it quick, even as if you were on the elevator. So we look for all of that. And to your point, if you do make it to get on radio and a radio station owner reach out to you, or a personality or host, and they want to display you and be on the show, don't be like, well, what stations are you on? Are you on XYZ? What do you have an opportunity,
Right.
and you want to get people that's at the top. You never know what exposure you can get by being on certain outlets. So don't judge the outlet, and don't
mm,
think the outlet, because it's not the outlet that you thought you should be
mhm.
on, that it's not worth being on.
That's good.
Look, every I believe every platform, any type of way of getting my us artist music out is a good platform. I'm sorry, um, any type, because I know how certain artists are. They're particular if they're not a Kurt Franklin praise radio, or if it's not that high elite people, they're not gonna want to send it there. But I'm glad that you did touch on that because it's very much needed. And then even when it comes to interviewing, okay, this is something that irritates me, and I'm just gonna say it. But when someone asks you to interview them, and you set up the interview, do what you need to do and all that, but they don't send you a bio. They don't see all the necessities to be able to make a successful interview, and then they get mad at you if we say questions and do certain things because they're not giving us all the proper information to be able to do so. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next scenario because we ain't trying to be here all night. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in the
Can I say
comments.
something, Ben, to
Yes,
that?
ma'am.
I want to say too, and I'm just going to piggyback. I'm not going to say everything that everyone has said so far, but make sure your song is radio
Ready.
ready.
Mhm.
What I mean is make
Mhm.
sure that you have a radio edit. Your song should not be over, I say 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure that it's radio ready because a lot of stations have to pay for airtime. And so if you
Mhm.
want your song to be played, we're not going to play a 5 to 7 minute song.
Mhm.
Make
Mhm.
sure it has metadata on it, right? When songs play and you want it to be seen on certain things as your name and the title, make sure you have that metadata on it. Make sure it's
Mhm.
registered.
Mhm.
You have an ISRC code. It's
Yeah.
copywritten. Um, Make sure, now this is so important. Don't ask me to play your song if you're not going to promote my radio station, if you're not going to listen to my radio station. If you ask me for an interview and you calling me, where's my graphic and where's this, and you're not promoting it to your people, and if it's live, I don't see you or your people in the comments, then there's a problem.
Right.
It's a two-way street when you
This is
want to approach
good.
radio. We spend time, money, effort. We want to see it reciprocated as well.
That's so good.
Yes.
Mm.
And it pick back
Yeah.
on to Mr. Michael. He's tracking each of the songs that's coming on the radio stations. If you signed up with digital radio tracking, and he could tell you more a little bit about that, Mr. Michael.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lady Rain started to touch on it.
Mhm.
Doing the meta tag data, making sure that you use that. I mean, it's free software out here. ID3 tag editor for those that don't know what it is. Go get it. It's very, very simple. Who wants to see track one? Who wants to see unknown? When you're sending these songs around and people don't get it, they don't understand the value of it. Well, I'm going to add to that. Well, your royalties is attached to it.
Yeah.
So how much royalties you think is going to track one out here? How much royalties you think is going to unknown? So doesn't matter to us because we don't collect any of that.
Right.
So all the artists that are listening right now, you're losing. So for those that are pointing the finger saying, why is this artist getting more royalties than I am? Or I haven't received
Mm.
a royalty check. Well, that's probably the first thing you need to do is you need to look at and make sure your music, as soon as you leave the studio, before you send it to one DJ, one radio station, make sure everything is embedded properly. Learn that word. It's embedding. That's not a file name. Embed your music. When you embed your music with the producers, with the labels, with whatever information you want attached to it, hint, even your contact information should be attached to it. Because a lot
Mm.
of times, what artists don't realize is music is traveling at the speed of light now. You can send a song out to one DJ for feedback, and all of a sudden you're being played in Japan, in
Mm.
Australia, in France, in territories you never even imagined going to. It happens every day. That was one of the reasons why I created Digital Radio Tracker, because there was no other monitoring company in the world that wanted to track territories like India, South Africa, Russia, parts of Mexico, that no other company outside of Digital Radio Tracker is monitoring. We gave those people a voice. There's a lot of radio stations there that are playing and breaking a lot of music from here in America that a lot of artists don't even know their music is even being played. because they'll go and post it on TikTok, they'll post it on Instagram, they'll send it out to some DJs, they'll do an e-blast, and they have no clue what happened with their music when they sent it out. So that's why at Digital Radio Tracker, we created a free, I say it again, a free artist searchable database. There is no other monitoring company doing that. You can go on digitalradiotracker.com. This isn't a sales pitch. It's free. You go on there, you type your artist name in for free like you do Google. Well, let me give you a hint. Google is not free. You know how I can prove that to you? Don't pay your internet bill and see if you can go on Google. It's as simple as that. There's a cost for Google. It's a cost for everything.
Yeah.
Go on Digital Radio Tracker. Use that artist searchable database. See if you're even in the database. You know what that means? If you put the artist name in there and it comes up, that means there's viable airplay on that song. If you don't see your name come up, that means there's no airplay on the song. It's real simple. That means you're not putting in the work. So that's a free tool that's there for every artist and label that's listening. Go and do that free search. If you don't see your name, that means you don't need a manager. That means you don't need to tap into all of these people that are talking right now. That means you're not ready. You haven't done the work. You have to get your music out there. Digital radio, internet radio, podcast, all of that's the same term. It's free. Let me say what nobody wants to say. Digital streaming radio is global. We're in a global music industry. You know what that means? It's not regulated. That means America can't tell China what to play. China can't tell Japan what to play. Japan can't tell Europe what to play. It's not controlled. So that means all of the digital radio stations like Ben's station, Lady Rain station, Patrice's station can play whatever they want to play. They're not controlled. They're not regulated. So what did I just give everybody? The biggest jewel you can have tonight. It's free. You can get your music played on all of these stations and more.
This is good.
Lady Rain said the truth. What do you have to do? Reciprocate. Support. If you start supporting these podcasts and these digital radio stations, you will get your music played. Here's another jewel. People don't know this. There's more than 100,000 digital streaming radio stations around the globe. More than 100,000. And 90% of them will play your music for free. So think about this for a minute. If I just actually did some work and I actually went and got 500 of them, 1,000 of them to play my song even one time, you can reach far more people than the Breakfast Club. You can reach far more people than some of the biggest gospel shows out here. I just gave it to you for free. But the problem is 99.9% of the people don't want to do the work. They don't want to send a simple email. They don't want to put together an EPK. What's an EPK? Electronic press kit, or DPK, a digital press kit. They don't want to put it together. They don't want to represent themselves properly. That's why you can take an artist that has the worst music out here, but the best work ethic, and they're making all kinds of things happen. So for the artist that's paying attention to this whole entire cast tonight, get to work. Get your music out here. I guarantee you, after we all get off of this conference is over with, not one of us up here, and I'm sure Ben will have us give our contact information. We won't get an email. We won't get an MP3. We won't get a DPK. We don't get an EPK. I say it all the time. It starts from what's in your reach. What did God put in your hand? Most people don't know a blessing when it smacks them in the face. What's in your hand right now? You don't know. Most people, I won't want to speak for the others up here, but I charge for this. You call, there is no free consultation. We charge thousands of dollars here just to do what we're doing now for free. So people need to gobble this up. They need to ask the questions. Ask the hard questions. You know what we always say? Ask the questions that you can't go and Google. That is the most important question you can ask when you get before people that are professional, people that are doing what you want to do. People that can help perpetuate your career and get you where you want to go, maybe with even a phone call or two. What people don't understand in the music industry, you're 1 degree of separation. 1 degree. People don't understand that. 1 degree meaning every one person can get you to somebody else. One. That's it. It took me a little while to figure that out. And it dawned on me one day, wait a minute, I just got to make one phone call to the right person. And once I make that one call to the right person, I can get everything that I need. Got to line everything up. One person, next person. That's why you can get to anybody. I hear it all the time. Well, can you help me get to Snoop Dogg? Can you help me get to this person? Can you help me get to that person? I say, you already got to them. You just don't even realize it. Most people don't realize the power that they have within them. They just have to bring it out, tap into it. It's that gut, right? That God untapped. That's what they need is tap into it, and you'll have all the resources that you need.
I want to
Yeah.
add about
So good.
metadata, which is so important. Artists, when you come out of a studio recording a song, don't send us the track from the recording studio. Make sure that either the studio puts the metadata on it before you submit it to the radio stations, before you submit it to the radio promos, before you submit it to the distributors. Have a track that has the metadata on it from the studio. The studio will give you a sample track or will give you a studio track. And a lot of times that's what you submit. Make sure it's mixed, make sure it's mastered, and make sure the metadata is on it before you send it to anybody. Don't send us that studio sample. Send us the full finished product with the metadata. And again, that's radio stations, that's to your distributors, and that's to your radio promos. Make sure the metadata is already on it. It is not our responsibility as radio stations, distributors, and radio promos to put that metadata on it. You make sure you put it on it after the studio or in the studio, and that's what you submit.
This is so good. Can I add something? Oof, this is
Yes,
just.
you
I
good.
should be paying for this information. This is powerful. I learned so much. I also want to add something she said from the artist side. I really think I always say I was raised by a country mama. So kindness is not only given to me. I was raised with that. And I think in these moments, the thing I agree with everything that was said. But I also think it's important, as she said, to reciprocate and be kind. You want someone to play your music, but you have just a little bit of tude. Be kind. It don't matter the genre. I don't think we're talking about necessarily one specific genre here. Be kind, reciprocate, follow back. Like how do you ask these people to play your music? But like you said, you don't even ask. You want something that you're not willing to give. And we got to be better stewards at that and better stewards of each other. If you have I'm always lost. I tell my group of friends, I'm always lost that you prayed and cried for this music, but you don't post about the music yourself
Right.
at all. You have 3 albums, but you never talk about them. That's but then you want these people to play your music. That you got to make it all make sense. But yes, please be kind. Send a thank you card. Send a note. Thank you so much for playing my music. There's other things that people can be doing.
Send a gift card, a cash app, something small,
Yeah,
anything that
Please.
yeah,
a share goes a long way too.
yeah. Share.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you
Or
and
stores. Hey,
uh,
there's Facebook stores too.
Facebook
Send us some
stars.
stores. Send the station some stores.
listen, we just still got to also have that faith and focus and maintaining integrity. Integrity is a big thing in artistry or anything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Being integral with everything, keeping the faith and be focused and all that stuff. So, um, yeah, integrity is real big, and then live what you sing about. Not a lot of people live what they
Yes.
sing about. That live what you sing about. If you say you're a gospel artist, sing, try to live like you're supposed to live. And like I said, we all not perfect. We all fall short of His glory. But live what you sing about. I shouldn't be seeing you on CNN News, God forbid, on CNN News. I'm doing some crazy stuff. But like I said, God's give His grace. So
Yeah, we all need accountability. I think
yeah,
my personal, just again, I was raised by a country mama, so there was no not do right, at least where I was raised. But I think some of this because people lack accountability. You
Mhm.
need people in your life that will tell you that I always tell the story about a pastor. I posted something one day. I was in my feelings about something that happened with a client, and I'm so nice. But the point is, he called me. He said, "I saw your post." I said, "You're going to say take it down?" He said, "Yes, take it down." I didn't argue. I didn't fuss. I didn't fight because you need people in your life that when they pull your coattail, you say okay, and you respond or you submit to that. But some of us lack accountability. I do think you should be able to govern your own accountability clock within
Yeah.
yourself. But I also think you need people in your life that love you and love you enough to say no, you can't do that. Or no, you got to take that post down. Or no, you shouldn't be over there. Oh, okay. You need to pause for a minute till we get this thing together. I do because I think sometimes we forget what we represent. Right? We want. I think some of us need to actually be honest. Do you want to be famous
Mhm.
or do you want to minister to people? Because
Mm.
that's a little different. Because if
Mhm.
you want to be famous, this is the reality. Just say you want to be famous
Mhm.
and you want to do it through the vehicle. You gotta know which one you're gonna get because in gospel music, you may not. I'm not saying you cannot make money. I'm saying it may not yield you to be a millionaire. That's why you probably need other passions. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
graphic designer and I'm a blah blah blah, right? So you may need other passions. But if I just think some of us that's why the struggle comes because we're trying to be both things. I'm not saying you can't be on great spaces and places. I believe if your heart is right, it'll come. But for some people, you gotta be okay that you may never sing and that you may never sing on the same stage as Charlie Wilson. You gotta be okay with that. You got to be okay that you may not win a Grammy. It doesn't mean you're not great. There's 1,000 reasons why that could happen. But I said in response to what he said, I just think sometimes we get caught up because there's some things we haven't worked out within ourselves.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yep. You right. You get caught up in yourself. I don't know. So, anybody else want to chime in on that? Because I feel like someone else wants to chime in on that. Who want to chime in? Going once, going twice. So okay, but yes, listen. Was a good panel today. It was a good panel, and I think we touched some of real important areas. And I want to go back to one of the comments. I'm gonna go back to bring it up. I just checked. I was able to find all my songs on the DRT. See,
Fantastic.
so this is what it's about. We're
Sure.
giving you the tools for success. So I'm excited about that. I'm glad that you, Miss Key, that you was able to get all your songs and be able to see where it's getting played at. And yes, before we do leave, I would like everybody to put their social media, say their social media handlings, any final last words or everything. I want to thank all the panelists that were on here tonight. I do appreciate every one of y'all. It was an amazing panel, but we cannot stay long because God, we have to go take a nap and we got things to do, okay? And I don't want to keep y'all here all night because we can talk. We're still talking somebody's. And if you're in radio, we definitely could talk. All right, so we're gonna start from Kelly and then go all the way down.
All right. It's really easy to find me. All of my social media pretty much is my first name and my last name. Instagram, Facebook, all of it. It's going to be Kelly Halford. And business wise, it's going to be Laren Greenfield Consultants. Either of those is the way that you can follow me best.
Okay. Lady Rain.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Lady Rain. I'm from the praisiest station in the nation, and that is the Stella and Spin nominated and award winning station Praise.fm. And that's spelled PRAYZ.FM. You can find me on all social media platforms at PRAYZFM Live, and that's LIVE. Thank you, Ben, for this opportunity. I see you doing some great things, and big blessings on your event tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Michael.
That's right. It's digitalradiotracker.com. I want to encourage everyone to go and sign up for a free DRT account, as well as if you're an artist or label, check that search and see, just like Miss Key did earlier, that lets us know that her songs are being played. She is putting in the work, and very, very proud of her. And that's just a testimony from this. So, want to hear more and more and more artists that are getting their music out there, being heard, getting exposed, and raising their brand and familiarity out here in the marketplace. That's what it's ultimately about. You can reach us on social media at Digital Radio Tracker. That's at Digital Radio Tracker at all the social media outlets. Thank you.
Miss Yolanda.
First, I'm very honored to have heard this wisdom. I really am. As a person who's working on upcoming music, I just honored, and I don't think anybody should take that for granted because people don't have to be nice to you. So thank you so much for this opportunity. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Wild Praise, WILDPRAIZE. And I'll be more than happy to be of service to you, answer any questions you have. I really want to help people, and I really want to see people thrive, right? So I'm honored to be here. And shout out to Freedom Radio. Been part of Freedom Radio internet station for over 15 years. So shout out to Freedom Radio.
All right, Miss Patrice.
Well, first you can hear my show on One Way Radio. You can check it out. I think it's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock,
Central.
1 p.m. Central
One
Time.
o'clock Central Time. So make sure you check my show out there. Social media, Patrice Smith media page, and also everything that we talked about. I wrote a book a couple years ago, actually 4 years ago. Now my anniversary. It was released November, and 5 years ago. So it's truly unique. I am somebody. DM me, Patrice Smith, if you're interested. It definitely can help you, as being talked about, with integrity, help you with your walk. It's just an encouraging book to let us know, for all of us to continue to have faith, continue to believe in ourselves, and know that God created us all fearfully and wonderfully made. And also, you can learn more about me and my journey there inside the book as well. But make sure that you just stay tuned to everybody that was on this panel. Like Miss Yolanda said, we are here to help, or we wouldn't be here tonight on a Friday night at that. So we are here because our hearts and God has called us to serve in this industry, because it's very rare that you're going to find people in this industry that are willing to serve at this capacity. So thank you once again for this opportunity. And it's good to meet everybody. And it's also good to see my dear friend, Dr. Lady Rain.
Listen, guys, tomorrow is the big day, the 5th annual One Way Radio Awards. It's going to be happening. So the pre-show starts at 3 for the ones that are coming. Or if you plan on trying to come down or something like that. But, I hear about the planes and stuff and all that. So if you want to drive, if you're close by, go ahead and drive. If you're about an hour away or 2 hours away, you can drive, okay? The pre-show starts at 3 p.m. And then we got the red carpet, the green and gold carpet. The green and gold carpet is going to be at 4:30 p.m. Then the main show starts at 6 p.m. Guys, you want to be in the building. We have our headliner is Stephanie Summers from season 10, Sunday Best Winner. She's going to be our headliner for that night. It's going to be an amazing experience. And next week is actually on the 12th is actually my 9 years in the radio.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congrats.
So this month is just amazing to me. So I know for sure for me, the reason why I wanted to keep my award show in the month of my anniversary, because it just makes sense. I started out on the November 12th, 9 years ago. So enough about that. But make sure if you still not got your tickets, go get your tickets. They're available on Eventbrite. We'll be doing tickets. If you want to come at the door, get your tickets. You can do as well. We'll have a registration table, and you'll be able to get your tickets as well. But yeah, come out, support. It's gonna be an amazing time. It's in Hawkinsville, Kentucky. It's country now, but guess what? We're gonna have a good country church, a good country church. So I want to thank all the panelists for coming on here tonight, and shout out to Aldren. Uh, I know he had to get off. Shout out to him for coming on, taking his time out of his day to come and host and everything. And I have nothing else to say because I'm letting y'all know I like to talk. I like to talk. And I'm gonna say this one thing before we do go. And I had a conversation. I was doing the red carpet at the Gospel Choice Music Awards, and I didn't think I was gonna be put at the beginning. I thought it was gonna be like in the middle or at the end or something like that. And I come in there and I see my name and my station at the bottom. I'm just like, oh, so I'm at the beginning. So I got too happy, and the person that Miss Calandra again, shout out to her. She got me right. She's like, Ben, you need to keep your questions to 1 minute because you're holding up the line. But I didn't realize that the line was getting long because when I turned around, the line was long. I said, "Oh, let me hurry up." So that's just a little story that I just like to talk, and I just like
That's
being.
a whole nother subject we could talk about.
Yes, red carpets. Come
Well,
on, Patrice. We know,
yeah,
right?
come on, school us on red carpet, Miss Partice.
We don't have the time.
We
We'll
don't
have to
have the
come
time.
back. But that is true. Keep your questions to 1 to 2 minutes, no
Mm-hmm.
matter where you are, the beginning, end, or middle.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
it's not a podcast studio interview session.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and be nice to who's interviewing you. Can I say that
yes,
part? I'm all about being kind because I
Yeah,
feel like when you are kind people, they may never remember your name.
they're gonna remember how you treat them.
They'll remember. So when you're the artist, be kind.
Hmm.
Don't brush people off. You don't know who. You don't know when you'll need that person.
I
And
will say this. I
okay.
met some of the greatest artists on the red carpet and maintained that relationship
Mhm.
just by who they were as artists, their demeanor on the red carpet. Great relationships are built on that red
Hmm.
carpet.
That's
yes.
So
good. Yes, ma'am.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. Some of my clients came. I met them on the red carpet, and they became my clients. So yes, I totally agree with that.
Mm, that's
But
good.
I ain't got nothing else to say. Anybody got any last words to say to the people of God?
can I put a plug out there
Yeah,
since we
go
talk
ahead.
about red carpets?
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
shout out the Patricks. They latest release, Divine Christmas, is out
Come
on all
on.
digital media outlets. Go get it. I love the Patricks. And guess what? I met him on the red carpet, Carlos Patrick, when he stole this right here, the gold mic. So God bless. God bless
Listen,
all of the artists.
shout out to the Patricks. I met them on the red carpet at the Gospel Choice Awards. They're an
That's
amazing
cool.
group, very amazing group. And they tore down the house that at the award show. I said, "Come on, come on!" So shout out to
That's
y'all.
good.
Congratulations on your Christmas music, and I hope I get it. Y'all, I hope I get an email. All right. I
Yeah.
hope I'm putting that plug out there. Go ahead and put it. Send it to One Way Radio 2019 at gmail.com. Go ahead, and, Mr. Carlos. Go ahead and send it to me because I would like to play it. So anybody else that wants to play, get their music played, make sure you contact Miss Partice and Miss Dr. Lady Rain. If you need graphics, contact Miss Yolanda. If you need consulting and management, contact Miss Kelly. If you need digital radio tracking, anything radio wise, and anything like that, contact Mr. Michael. We are done. We out. Y'all have a blessed day.
Bye. Thank you so much. This was great.